And a lot of people have asked me about Toto toilets. Well, this is the one I have in my house, and it's a Toto Drake. And I really like this toilet. It's a two-piece toilet. That means there's a tank and there's a bowl on it. This has a washless toilet seat to it. We'll talk about that later in another video. Now I'm going to show you the insides to this toilet tank.
Hi, my dad Jim has been a plumber for 48 years. He's a master plumber in Michigan and a C36 licensed plumbing contractor in California. He has saved my wife and I thousands of dollars. But you just gotta watch out. He gets a little bit grumpy when he's giving advice, so don't piss him off.
Now this is the insides. There's two parts in here that are the most critical besides the tank lever, which if you have to replace the tank lever, it must be a Toto for this particular brand. Now, there is a number on all Toto toilet tanks, and this one happens to be back here on the side of it, which they call this an ST2, I believe, on that. But you always look inside a tank for a number when you need repair parts. The bowl, they'll put the two together, but the tank will have numbers on the inside. Now, this is not a Toto fill valve. This is a Fluidmaster fill valve, and I really like these, okay? The reason I like them is that when you go to repair them, there's a little round clip on the bottom down here that you don't have to drain the tank or anything like that, and you pull it up, and up it comes. You get the new one out of the box and pull the bottom off it, and you see this little part here that's loose, and you put it back in. You take it down to put it back in the hole. You figure you might have to play with this, but you get the height just right to it, and then you make sure it's locked down. You pull back up on it, and then you put this tube back in. This tube goes into the bowl to add the water to the bowl. Now to replace or to repair the flush valve, which is right here, you pull it out. Okay. This is the gasket on the flush valve. A thing when you know you need to fix the flush valve is that the toilet will go on and off, on and off, on and off. Now, if it's a ball cock, usually the problem will be the water will go over the top of this tube. Then you need to know that this is not shutting off. But to fix this, there is a gasket, replacement gasket. You pull it off like this and put a new one back on. There's nothing wrong with this, so I won't put a new one back on it. And some people will try to flip them over, but sometimes that doesn't always work because it kind of makes its own, finds its own thing. But when you're done, you kind of turn it, okay? And it goes back in, it sits in a groove, and you just tighten it. And you hear that click, and you know you've got it in there. They're a great toilet, but I'm a big believer in Toto because they're the ones that figured out how to flush a toilet, okay, when we went to water savers. Thank you. If you don't believe me, ask the guy out there sweeping the streets.